Worthy management. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Worthy management, respected principal, ma'am, Dr. Rama Sharma ji, teachers and friends from different institutions, faculty members, and all dear students. मैं आप सब ਦਾ ਐਸਡੀ ਕਾਲਜ ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਆਯੋਜਿਤ ਇਸ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਕਰੋਨਾ ਮਹਾਮਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਚਲਦਿਆਂ ਜਦ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਬੰਦ ਸਨ, ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਐਸਡੀ ਕਾਲਜ ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਨੇ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਧਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਦੀ ਸੀਰੀਜ਼ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ। ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ 15 ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ। ਉਸੇ ਲੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਦਿਆਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਦਾ ਆਯੋਜਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਐਸਡੀ ਕਾਲਜ ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਸਾਲ 1956 ਤੋਂ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ ਬਰਨਾਲਾ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦੇ ਚਾਨਣ ਮੁਨਾਰੇ ਵਾਂਗ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਚੰਗੇ ਅਹੁਦਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਰਾਜਮਾਨ ਹਨ। ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਕਾਲਜ ਦੇ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਪੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਰਿਟ ਸਥਾਨ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਚਮਕਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਨਐਸਐਸ ਅਤੇ ਐਨਸੀਸੀ ਦੇ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਵੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਰਗਰਮ ਹਨ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਮੇਂ-ਸਮੇਂ ਤੇ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਗਤੀਵਿਧੀਆਂ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸਕਾਲਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਸਕੀਮ ਲਈ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ, ਚੰਡੀਗੜ੍ਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਮੈਂਟ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਤੇ ਐਸਸੀਬੀਸੀ ਸਕਾਲਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਸਕੀਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਫਾਰਮ ਭਰੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ। ਕਾਲਜ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਮਾਜ ਤੇ ਪੱਤਰਕਾਰ ਸਪਤਾਹਿਕ ਅਖਬਾਰ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕਸ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅੱਜ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਆਫ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਪੈਂਡੈਮਿਕ ਔਨ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਇਕਨੋਮੀ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਦਾ ਆਯੋਜਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਸਲੀਮ ਕਮਲਾ ਲੋਟੀਆ ਐਸਡੀ ਕਾਲਜ ਲੁਧਿਆਣਾ ਤੋਂ ਹਨ। ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਸਲੀਮ KLSD ਕਾਲਜ ਲੁਧਿਆਣਾ ਵਿਖੇ ਹੈਡ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਆਫ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕਸ ਹਨ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ 28 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜ੍ਹਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਉਹ ਕਾਲਜ ਵਿੱਚ 2 ਸਾਲ ਆਫੀਸ਼ੀਏਟਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਵੀ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਸਲੀਮ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਐਂਡ ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਸਿਰ ਵਰਕਸ਼ਾਪ ਕੰਡਕਟ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਦੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਲੁਧਿਆਣਾ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੀਡੈਂਟ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਸੈਕਟਰੀ ਵੀ ਹਨ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀਆਂ 8 ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀਆਂ ਹਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਅਤੇ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਜਰਨਲਸ ਵਿੱਚ 15 ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਵੱਧ ਪੇਪਰ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਜ਼ ਏ ਰਿਸੋਰਸ ਪਰਸਨ ਆਪਣਾ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਸਮੇਂ-ਸਮੇਂ ਤੇ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਟਾਕਸ ਵੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਪੀਜੀ ਯੂਜੀ ਬੋਰਡ ਆਫ ਸਟੱਡੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਵੀ ਹਨ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਉਪਲਬਧੀਆਂ ਅਣਗਿਣਤ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਹੈ। ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਨਾ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਹੋਈ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਲੀਮ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਸੱਦਾ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਲੀਮ।
Thank you very much, Dr. Renu Balaji. And first of all, I want to extend my heartiest thanks, and I am really grateful to the President Shri Dr. Anish Prakash ji, General Secretary of SD College Barnala, Advocate Jatinder Sharma ji, and Principal Dr. Rama Sharma ji. And really, it is a very, I think so, wonderful that you have given this opportunity to me to share my views on the effect of this pandemic on Indian economy. My friend Mr. Gupta is also there, and some my class fellows are also there. So it is very nice to see you all on this webinar. So I'm not an expert, just this is the platform where we are just sharing our views with the students and with all the galaxy of intellectuals. So once again, I extend my heartiest thanks to all the organizers, management, principal, and staff members of SD College Barnala. So let's start it from the very first slide. My slide is visible to you? Yes, ma'am. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Anji. Am I audible?
Sir, please. Yes, you are audible, sir.
Now this is the first slide. So this slide just you may have a look that where we are in the rate of economies in the world They are the top five economies as per their GDP. So we are at fifth number.
So sorry, sir, I am interrupting you. Sir, your
Yes, please.
slide is not visible to us. Kindly share your slides.
Is it visible now?
No, sir, no, sir. Now it is visible, sir. Now you can open your
Oh,
slides.
okay, okay, okay. Is it okay, sir?
No, no, sir. Sir, try to open your presentation, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Sir, try to open your
Is it visible?
presentation. No, sir. It's
Sir,
not visible.
on on my screen it is very much there, but I think
Uh,
so.
Now it is
Now,
visible, sir. It is visible, sir.
okay, it means on full screen it is not visible, right, sir? So let's we
Okay.
start with this as such. So the topmost economies of the world, number one is that is US, and the second is China, third is Japan, and fourth is Germany. Then at fifth we are. Then this is pandemic COVID-19 impact of Indian economy. As we were very well know about it, that in Asia, if we are comparing the economies of Asia, then we are at number two after China. Now, then the growth rate for Indian economy, and it is obvious as per the slide that is 2016-17, the growth rate was 8.2%. In 17-18, it is 7.2%, but in 2020, initially it was expected that it may be 5%, but it is not so. And it is expected that in 2021, the growth rate may be 1.2% to 1.9%. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hanji, there is a lot of disturbance in voice. I think so. I am not getting it. Are you okay with this? Is it
Sir, I am
audible now?
handling someone. Sir, I am handling. Somebody is unmuting his mic. I have muted his mic. So please
Okay,
continue.
okay, okay, okay. So, uh, hello.
हेलो
So the
Professor
outbreak
Gaurav,
of COVID.
there is disturbance.
मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा भाई
Disturbance is
A
still
lot,
going on.
lot,
Professor Gaurav, please
lot,
handle.
lot of
Yes,
disturbance
ma'am, I am
in.
handling. Oh, ma'am, yes, I am handling. I have blocked that person.
Okay, okay,
Slim sir,
no
please
problem.
continue.
Don't block. Just mute the mic of that person. Uh, the next is that is we people are very well aware that the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic is an unprecedented shock to the Indian economy. The economy was already in a parlous state before COVID-19 struck. With the prolonged countrywide lockdown, global economic downturn, and associated disruption of the demand and supply chain, the economy is likely to face a protracted period of slowdown. The magnitude of the economic impact will depend upon the duration and severity of the health crisis, the duration of the lockdown, of the manner in which the situation unfolds once the complete lockdown is lifted. Then, obviously, I have divided my whole discussion into three parts. First, we will see so what is the effect of this COVID-19 on agriculture sector. Then we will shift to the second part, that is industrial sector, and third is no doubt that is service sector. So just have a look on first what is the growth rate of this agriculture sector in the year 1819 and what it would be after this 20 and 21. So as per the estimates of economic survey, so the growth rate of this agriculture sector which was 2.88, and it is, I think so, in 2018 to 19. And again, it is slightly little bit higher than that, but was expected. It is 2.9%. So the contribution of this sector is the least in the gross development, or you may call it gross value added, or in GDP. The maximum share of this agriculture sector, it is up to 16.5%, which is the lowest in comparison to that of the other sectors of the economy.
ये
So, ag-
बता रहे हैं कि
hello,
बत- बता रहे हैं क्या ये या मुझे बोलना है अब?
hello.
Hello, sir. Please continue, sir. Please continue.
And somebody is saying that okay, this is my turn to speak. That's why I stopped. Anyhow.
Sir, you please continue, sir. I'm handling.
Okay. So the first is we will go into detail what is the effect of this pandemic COVID-19 on Indian agriculture sector. So as we people are very well aware, and it is also a news in the print media and electronic media, that the harvesting and marketing crops at the farm level is in crisis across the country. So why it is in crisis? Because it is due to various factors. Number one, there is a disruption in the procurement of food grains of government agencies as well as that of the private. So disruption in the collection of harvest from the farm by the private players. Then there is also a shortage of workers to harvest again the Rabi crop. Now we will moving to that of the Kharif. A shortage of drivers in the transportation sector is there. So blockades in the movement of agriculture commodity across the major highways. So closure of the limited operation of APMC mandis and shutdown in the retail agriculture markets. So these factors have led to crisis in a range of crops too. That is wheat, grapes, watermelon, bananas, muscadine, chana, cotton, chilies, turmeric, then like other vegetables. So this is the basic effect on the, in nutshell, agriculture sector. So if we go into detail these sectors, so there are a lot of other problems which we are still facing. That is with the effect of this coronavirus. So there is a fall in the prices of range of commodities in agriculture, and tomato growers in Maharashtra are reported to be receiving not even rupee 2 per kg. So this is the plight of the farmers in Maharashtra. So they are selling their produce of tomatoes at the rate of 2 rupee per kg. So the grape growers were reported to be facing an aggregate loss of rupee 1,000 crores because of the crisis, as demand has fallen. Then there is also a reduction in the wheat price in Madhya Pradesh, as it is reported that they are not getting even the minimum support price, which was fixed, that is rupee 2,200 per quintal, and now they are bound to sell it at rupee 1,600 per quintal. So this is the report which is published in various papers. Again, for many crops, so there is they are not even getting the minimum support price. In Punjab, vegetables that were sold at rupee 15 per kg are reportedly being sold at mere rupee 1 per kg. Just see the plight of the farmers in this sector. In Delhi mandis, the price of broiler chicken has fallen from 50 kg, that is to 24 rupee per kg. So in Tamil Nadu, the price of egg, which is reduced from rupee per 4 per egg to rupee 1.9 per egg. So again, I think so. This is the a very miserable position of the farmers throughout the country. Then there have been a global concern rather than speculation on the restriction of exports agriculture commodity by a few global players. So again, that is India being trade surplus on commodities like rice, meat, milk products, tea, honey, horticulture products, etc. may seize the opportunity of exporting such product with a stable agriculture export policy. So Indian agriculture exports are valued at 38 billion US dollar in 2018-19 and can rise further, but there are, I think so, a need of a certain type of the conducive policies. Only then we can have all these type of the target. Then there may be many other problems, but we will come to the main point, and after that, when we will open it up to the discussion, then you may ask any question related to these three sectors. So, some suggestions that how we can come out from this crisis, particularly in case of agriculture. Uh, Certain suggestions are there. The number one, the payment to farmers through PM Kisan should be raised to, that is Prime Minister Kisan, that is should be raised to at least 12,000 per year, and 50% of this must be shifted to their account immediately. Tenant farmers should be included as beneficiaries of the scheme. No doubt government of India has started the scheme, and they are shifting 6,000 per annum in the accounts of the farmers throughout India. But still, this scheme is not, I think so, materialized at the ground level. No doubt some farmers have received it. Then the second part is there should be an immediate expansion of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana to ensure compensation payment to farmers affected by this COVID-19 pandemic. Because as we have noticed it, that in various part of this agricultural light activities, the farmers are not getting even up to their cost of production. So even they are not getting the minimum support price. So that's why the government must come forward to compensate these farmers. Then holders of all Manrega job cards should be provided an unemployment allowance or assistance worth of at least half of the payment which is to be received by them, assuming 100 days work. Now again, this is a big problem which the Indian economy is facing, that from maximum parts of the country, the workers are migrating to their home villages or the home state. Again, they are facing the problem of unemployment, and they are again there to seek their jobs through Manrega scheme. The government should take steps to ensure the food grain is distributed to all household outside the priority list, also for a period of 3 months at the rate of rupee 5 kg per capita per month. So this is what, if we are talking about the Indian agriculture side, so very bleak position is there, except certain vegetables and other daily used product. So farmers are facing a very tough time, and they are facing a shortage of labor, as in case of Punjab, because the maximum of labor is already, I think so, migrated to their villages. Then I think so. Maximum support price must be, that is more than whatever is fixed by the government in these time period. Only then the farmer will come out from this crisis. So, in case the crisis prolongs, the government should prepare itself for the takeover of large part of the procurement and supply of essential food items from the private sector, including trucks, warehouses, godowns, and other establishments. So, there should also be efforts to arrange food, shelter, and clothing to all migrant workers in villages. So steps should be explored to provide migrant workers with cooked food by the government agencies. So again, the government should consider waiving the interest cost of all outstanding crops loan, and ensure a fresh flow of credit to small and marginal farmer for the Kharif season, that is 2020. Then definitely minimum support should be substantially raised to 1.5 times the cost of production. So these suggestions may be there if we want to come out from this effect of the coronavirus on this particular sector, that is agriculture sector. Now have a glimpse of this second part of the Indian economy, that is industrial sector. So how this industrial sector is affected by this pandemic COVID-19. So as we know that the Indian business could take approximately 3 months time to get back to normalcy, and gross domestic production could fall sharply below 5% in 2021. In some cases, the various sectors of the agriculture, of the industrial sector, various industries are getting growth rate in negative terms. For many Indian companies right now, the impact of corona hammering day-to-day operations will have a huge impact on sales, supply chain disruption, revenue, and workforce stability. The industries like services, which covers aviation, restaurant, tourism, hotel, and entertainment, which did well for the last 2 years, will stumble with consumers staying at home due to lockdown. The FMCG companies will be on stress with limited sales. Again, in the auto sector, we are having this problem because there is sharp fall in the demand. Even with no demand from consumer and manufacturing, shuts means no demand for SMEs in impacting millions of middle class population. The real estate sector, which was already in trouble for the last 3 years, will further get into deeper distress. The ongoing construction work will take months to get completed, and future projects will be put on hold. Beside the private sector, the government will also take a large hit due to the shutdown of the public transport and railway, which is one of the major streams of income to the exchequer. Now again, we are having these types of problem in the industrial sector. So again, if we will not address the problems which are being faced by this sector, then definitely in the future to come, we have to face a very deep crisis in the industrial sector. And then come to the industry wise, just for the sake of your information, that in case of aviation industry, the first sector to get impacted worldwide due to this novel coronavirus is the airlines. So companies such as Go Air, SpiceJet, and Indigo will get into huge losses due to non-operation cancellation of large-scale flights and huge investment required to recover operations. Hello, hello.
Continue, sir. Continue. ठीक है.
Okay. So, a recent report from Global Aviation Consultancy has projected a close to 8,200 crore consolidated estimated loss for the industry. So, this is a very big amount which this industry is facing. This huge loss covers both the national flag carriers and the domestic carriers, respectively. Then come to the second industry, that is hospitality. The country attracts over a 12 million international tourists annually. So just see the figure, 12 million international tourists. So again there is also, so due to the halt in the flights, we are not receiving our tourists from other countries. The travel restriction imposed on both domestic and international trade relates directly to the income generation of the hospitality sector. Then rooms are vacant, the future bookings are getting cancelled, and when the virus is controlled, the hotels will have a huge trouble in getting the occupancy rate back to normal levels, reports industry experts. So this is the, I think so, report, and various other reports are published in various newspapers that uh, in, I think so, coming years, this industry uh, may have these type of the problem when it will get back. Then it is also reported that the Indian hotel business can suffer close to 4.5 plus billions USD, it means US dollar, due to this corona pandemic. The tourism sector, which accounts for more than 10% of India's GDP, with large employment, is foreseen to bleed till September and may continue up to year end. If we are getting some control on this coronavirus, if the situation is getting worse and worse, then definitely we will not address this problem as well. Then this will have a major impact on the small business which are completely dependent on tourists for earning, covering all regions, for example, Goa, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, Union Territories, Jaipur, Kerala, and many more. So the next industry is known as textile industry. So the apparel sector after agriculture is the largest employer of human workforce. It is estimated that this sector alone is employing 129 lakh people in India, especially women. Then several garments cutting across the major states in the country are under shut, impacting the livelihood of millions of people. The export of garment to US and Europe are halted, impacting earning of the companies. Then moreover, due to shutdown operation in Asia Pacific, including China, the imports of yarn, fabric and other textile oriented raw materials from India is halted. Then this cumulative impact is going to take a huge toll on the textile private company to recover, since most of them are dependent on rotational business with less capital. Then the next is FMCG sector, that is consumers becoming selective in buying. Layoff of employees coupled with rising employment level will impact growth of retail businesses covering white goods, cosmetic and apparel. Moreover, with the large quarantines, social distancing, measures coupled with travel restrictions is going to drive a sharp fall in consumer spends. Though the impact of coronavirus has started in January, the fallout is projected to continue to December in most FMCG sectors. Almost all shopping malls, cinemas, and entertainment places closed. The retail sector consumption is badly hit, with consumption down for all essential and discrepancy items. So, on the other hand, there might be few positive for selective verticals of FMCs, that is personal care products such as hand wash, sanitizer, and food items such as milk, atta, ready to eat may get traction. So this is the area where the economy is getting a favorable response because some of the companies are manufacturing these items and they are getting a lot of profit. Then companies such as ITC, HUL, Godrej, Merako, and Tata will focus on doubling the production to meet the demand, but this will purely depend on how the virus span is in the country. So again, the companies which are related with this IT industry and which are giving new apps to organize webinars, so they are again getting some positive benefits. Then with China resuming operation, the Indian consumer durable industries are happy. But with increasing cases of coronavirus in India, the consumer spends might be limited towards TV, mobiles, and other digital accessories. Reports from Counterpoint Research shows that there could be a significant drop of imports from China on essential spare parts. As you are very well aware about the situation of India with that of the China in Ladakh area. So that's why we are even putting a ban on certain apps and also we are canceling certain accounts which were already there, and definitely it will jolt the operation in case of trade because we are maximum percentage of share of trade which we are importing from China, that is under attack. Then come to the this is the last sector, that is service sector. So India's services activities suffered a sharp collapse in April as the coronavirus lockdown crippled global demand. The grim result of the industry, the engine of economic growth and job, underlined the pandemic's sweeping impact across India as authorities extended a nationwide lockdown in effect since March 28 until this day. So again, in service sectors, this is the maximum contributor in the Indian economy. Approximately 53.5% share of this service sector alone is in the gross domestic product. So recently, India had recorded over 46,000 coronavirus cases, and still the number is increasing continuously. So the true extent of infection, however, may be much higher in a country where millions of people do not have access to sufficient health care. So businesses providing services of everything from technology to travel and trade were the first to be hit when government announced this lockdown. So from call centers to hotels to airlines, India's key services industry have come to a standstill during this coronavirus outbreak, dragging the economy into possibly its worst recession on record. So there are other part of this same sector, job loss. We are experiencing that in some cases, in some institutions, they are not giving the full salaries, and some people are losing their jobs, and some are getting less payment due to this virus. So this is again a severe setback to those who are in jobs. So services emerged as the key employment growth engine before the crisis hit, with the sector even outperforming agriculture and industrial expansion when the economy was slowing last year. The lockdown, though, has forced businesses offering services like ride hailing, food delivery, hotel booking, and real estate to cut jobs in recent weeks. So about 122 million people were out of job in April alone, according to estimate by the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. And you will be surprised to know that this figure was approximately 14 crore people were out of job, and now they are getting back. Again, it is the report that 7 crore people are back to their jobs, but still some people are not able to get the same job in which they were employed earlier. So this is again a severe setback to the this implies. Then we will very well aware about this, so I will skip this. The tourism industry I have already discussed this. Then within the travel industry, the aviation, it is already I think so discussed. Then what are the fiscal measures which we may take uh, for this economy as a whole? A simplified personal income regime with reduced rates, a move that is in line with the streamlining of the tax code, then expansion of the PM Kisan scheme, which is directly transfer money to farmers in a targeted way, then higher spending on long-term initiatives such as rural roads, irrigation, warehousing, and transportation to improve the productivity of the economy. Then you people are, I think so, very well aware because it is the news in the electronic media that central government has announced various packages. So overall amount of all the announcement under different packages is 20 lakh crore rupee. So they are saying it that this is the 10% of the GDP, but I think so. As a student in economics, this is not the 10% of GDP, as if we are saying that we are the 3 trillion economy. So 10% of India GDP, the package announced on 12th May by the Prime Minister, which includes the previous government action, including the RBI announcement. The previous RBI announcement included around 8 lakh crore. Then the economic packages also included the finance minister's announcement of a package totaling 1.7 lakh crore, that is which was made on 26th of March. Then strategy of combining fiscal and monetary liquidity measure, was defended by the government. So in this 20 lakh crore rupee, 12 lakh crore rupee plus 3.4 lakh crore rupee plus 1.7 lakh 4 crore rupee. It is approximately, if we will take the aggregate of this amount, it will near about 16 lakh crore rupee. So the government just announced only 4 lakh crore rupee, not 20 lakh crore rupee, because all other packages which were announced earlier by the central government are included in this 20 lakh crore rupee. So the economic package consisted of a mix of reforms, which I think so includes infrastructure building, support to stressed businesses, a certain amount of direct cash support, the collateral free loans, that is the package provided aim to resume business activity and safeguard jobs. Then land reform at the state level, which were not mentioned in the economic package, are also part of the overall changes. Although India is facing serious challenges on the economic front, the economy may do better than some other developing economies which are heavily dependent on world trade. So now this is the overall scenario of all these the three sectors. The one is that is agriculture, the second is industry, the third is service sector. No doubt, some queries may be there, so we will discuss in detail each and every one. If you have a question, then we will shift to the second part, that is which sectors has have gained. No doubt, that is healthcare product including sanitizer, then household cleaning product. So this is the area where some sectors are getting advantage. Then sports fitness equipments, then logistic delivery companies, then telecom Wi-Fi infrastructure. Also, this is the demand of this is on the rise. Then different apps just like of Zoom, GoToMeeting, then Cisco WebEx, and like that. There are maybe many more. Then what are the future prospects? We should use potential of demographic dividend. India has the world's largest youth population. There must be a check on corruption. There is a dire need of automation. So we have to reduce inequalities. So more investment should be there. Then we have to formulate policies for agriculture growth. So again, we may, if invest in these areas, then definitely we may easily come out from this problem. Then how will India bounce back? The government of India has a unique opportunity to revitalize and boost up the economic growth through three R chain. So what are three R's? Number one is recycle. So funding government spending needs through the privatization of state-owned enterprise assets. The second is rebuild, that is aggregating saving by providing tax cuts to the private sector and households. Then reinvest, then providing incentive for manufacturing firms to reinvest such as savings to substitute imports and increase the country's global market share of exports. So these are three R's. We have to put more stress on these, and definitely we may be able to pull the economy from this track. Then managing the endemic and the resultant public health crisis via augmenting financial resources, increased insurances, and technological solutions. Then protecting income and employment in particular for the more vulnerable section of the society by implementation of direct cash transfer programs that are backed by adequate monitoring and evaluation mechanism. Then utilizing existing digital payment infrastructure, supporting the corporate sector to minimize adverse economic impact and facilitate recovery quickly through immediate and medium to long measures that help reposition India in the world's global value chain. Then there must be inclusive growth, participation of women, workforce should be there. Then improve the quality of all uh, government services. Then better infrastructure and logistics services must be there. Then generate more employment opportunities should be there. then we must go through helicopter money. This is helicopter money is a term which is used just to infuse more and more liquidity by printing out currency. So if the government start to print currency and give to the people in the different sections of the society, then definitely people may make more demand in the economy, and if the demand is there, then the production will start. If the production will start, then the employment opportunity will generate automatically, and we may be able to come out from this crisis gradually. So this is what now I would like to answer your question. Only then it will be fruitful. Otherwise, I think so. It may be a one-side traffic. So things should not travel from one to another. So something should come from your side to this side as well. So auto industry, I think so. You people are very well aware that 20% shrinkage is also there in the auto industry, and there are many more. IT industry is getting certain gain. Pharmaceutical industry again in some areas it is getting gain, but 80% of business in case of pharmaceutical company, we are having this with China. Again, there are certain restriction on the imports. That's why we have to bear this jolt as well. So, in case of power industry, definitely we have to face certain difficulties because maximum people are remaining in their homes. So that's why they are using maximum electricity. So a significant factor of India's electricity generation capacity are dependent again on Chinese technology and companies. Uh, this is my submission. If you have any query, kindly share it with me so we may be able to answer your question. So I am again not an expert, just I have initiated the dialogue, and we are here at this platform is I think so good to discuss your views as well. So you may give a very good views. You may know much better than me. So again, I am a student in economics. I am learning from your side as well. So if you have any query, kindly tell me. So then we may be able to share it.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਲੀਮ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਸਾਡਾ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਟਿਵ ਸੀ, ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ ਪੈਂਡੈਮਿਕ ਬਾਰੇ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਸੈਕਟਰ, ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀਅਲ ਸੈਕਟਰ, ਰਸ਼ੀ ਸੈਕਟਰ ਤੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਪਿਆ। ਤਾਂ
ਜੀ
ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਅਗਰ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਊਰੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਬੱਚੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈਟ ਬਾਕਸ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਸਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿਊਰੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣਗੇ।
हाँ जी, यू आर वेलकम प्लीज। कोई भी क्वेश्चन है जी,
ਰਾਜੇਸ਼
यू मे
ਗੁप्ਤਾ ਸਰ,
आस्क इन।
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈਟ ਬਾਕਸ 'ਚ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
मैं देख लेता
भाई
हूँ।
सलीम साहब, एक
हाँ जी,
ललिता
हाँ जी,
रानी पार्टिसिपेंट्स ने ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਰੇਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਚਾਹਿਆ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਆਪਣਾ। ਇਹ
हाँ
ਕਹਿੰਦੇ
श्योर
ਪਲੀਜ਼
श्योर।
ਇਲੈਬੋਰੇਟ ਪ੍ਰਾਇਮਰੀ, ਸੈਕੰਡਰੀ ਐਂਡ ਟਰਸ਼ਰੀ ਏਰੀਆਜ਼ in
हाँ
that
जी,
way. She's demanding something.
प्राइमरी मीन्स शुड आई आंसर?
Yes, yes,
ਬੱਚੋ
yes.
ਹਾਂ, ਪ੍ਰਾਇਮਰੀ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਅਲਾਈਡ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀ ਨੇ, ਐਗਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ, ਕਿਊਬੀਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ, ਸੈਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ, ਫਲੋਰੀਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ, ਹਾਰਟੀਕਲਚਰ ਹੈ, ठीक है, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री है, पिगरी है, फिशरी है, everything which is related directly or indirectly with the agriculture, that is known as primary sector. So industry ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, every type of the industry manufacturing units where you are using the raw materials from agriculture, and you are then processing it in different firms or organizations, companies, factories. So this is industrial sector. So industrial sector basically is a manufacturing sector. So agriculture sector where we are producing our harvest and animal husbandry, then it is related and other allied activity. In service sector, all types of the services that is banking, insurance, finance, trade, and like that. So we are including in service sector all the services where direct manufacturing is not required. We are using the services of various sectors. Just IT is also a part of service sector. No doubt in some time we are thinking that it is also a part of a industrial sector. So this is service where you are getting direct benefit from the person who is providing the services. So in manufacturing sector, you are not directly dealing with those who are manufacturing. You are just having the goods for direct consumption or for indirect consumption. In agriculture sector, no doubt the basic producers are farmers, and those who are involved in those different sectors. In horticulture, definitely you have to grow certain fruits. In sericulture, cubiculture, 40. So these there are so many other activities which are related, fishery, piggery. So these are part of agriculture sector. So these three sectors are categorized as primary sector, that is agriculture, secondary sector, that is industry, and tertiary sector, that is service sector. Hope I think so. It will be clear to the concerns.
It must
Any
be
other
clear
question?
to the
Simple
participant. This participant was a search scholar from Kshetra University who has asked this question. So I hope she must be now contented with the answer of this our resource person. Now, Ma'am Renu.
Any other question? So I would like to answer. So I will be very happy if I answer the
दामिनी
questions.
सिंगला जी ने लिखा है,
हाँ जी.
in this work situation, every sector is out of money. If government won't invest in any
Okay.
sector, as we know
Oh,
about the current condition, what are the ways to uplift economic rate, employment rate?
so this is Damni Singla, right?
दामिनी, हाँ जी.
As in this worst situation, every
What
sector
sectors
is
are
out.
safe? What sectors are safe
Okay,
for
okay.
investment?
If government would not invest in any sector, as we know
From
about the
your
current
point of
condition, what are the ways to uplift employment? Very good question, ma'am. Basically, this term, I think so, you may be very familiar about pump priming. So when the economy is in a recession, government start to use a concept which is known in the terminology of economics of pump priming.
view,
So government start to invest in the economy. But here, the government cannot invest directly because the government has to fulfill other uh, tasks which are prominent for the government, and I think so very urgent to save the lives of the people. So the best solution to generate more employment and the bounce back of the economy is to generate demand in the economy. Until and unless we will not generate demand, you cannot produce anything. So if you will generate demand, then the production will start. If the production will start, then the employment will also be there. So 80 to 90% still we are working in unorganized sector. Only 4 to 5% we are in organized sector. So in unorganized sector, it may be a ready wala, thele wala, or whatever it is, the roadside who are selling their products. So all these people are in and they are coming back. If they are coming back, it means we are considering that they are getting their employment. So the best source is, if we are just watching the other countries or developed countries, so they are using a term helicopter money. So I have used it in the last. Helicopter money means they are printing money, giving to the people, and they are going to the market making more demand. So if you, I think so, may be aware about this concept, that even we people, one side are getting less salary, other side we are making less demand in the economy. If no demand is there, then how you can say that the production will be there? That's why the industries are getting closed and they're shutting their business. So in every industry, retrenchment is there, unemployment is there. Even 45 million houses in India have reported fall in their income. If 45 million houses are reporting this, fall in their income near about 30 to 45% of what they were getting, then how can you imagine that we are generating the demand? So we have even limited our demand. We are purchasing only those articles which are in the categories of necessities. So this is the problem. Until and unless we will not generate demand in the economy, we may not be able to cope up this problem. Yes, any other question, please? What sectors
There
are
is one more
safe?
question from the same participant, Damini Singla.
Yes.
Yeah, that
What
question.
what sectors are safe to be invested in according to you? Yeah, definitely it is health and health related all activities, Wi-Fi system and IT sector. So this is, I think so, a sector in which you may reap so many profits, and you may also go through this pharmaceutical companies. They are manufacturing PPEs and other equipment which are needed for the uh, I think so doctors and in different hospitals. You may invest in these sectors. Definitely, you may get profit, but only that will be a lopsided development. So no doubt, health is the prime and I think so the main focus for all people on the all concerned citizens of this country. But if you want to reap a profit, then you may invest in this health sector. Yes, so in this situation, we can generate demand for necessary items only. No, we are making demand only for necessary items. We can generate a demand for necessary item, I think so. Though not, we should go further. If you will start to purchase other items, only then the other industry will start to work, and there is a trickle down effect, right? If you are just uh, throwing a one stone in a pond, then the ripples start to produce. So it depends upon the velocity and the size of that you can say stone which you are throwing in the pond. So it is just like that. If you will generate a big demand in the economy, then thereafter effects will be more, and you may get more employment and more jobs. Definitely the situation will come to the previous I think so position. So it will take some time, but the expectations are there that in the mid of 2021, uh, situation is little bit worse. So the growth rate, which is given by the UNO and world organizations, it is approximately 1.9%. And this negative growth rate, if we will experience it in the coming years, then a very situation which is tense for each one of us is alarming. I think so, not for me, but for the country as a whole. Yes, sir. Not for luxurious things, people associated with such sectors will face loss. Not definitely, if we are talking about the luxurious thing, just see the automobile sector. People are not making demand. If they are not making demand, that's why there is a huge loss in this automobile industries. Then automobile sector, I think so the maximum retrenchment in this sectors we have noticed. So this is the big problem. That's why if people will not go for these luxurious type of items, so they are bound not to go because they are not having a good income due to the shutdown of the businesses, and there is no movement of international trade. So that's why the trade is also restricted. We are not having a good relation with China, and again, if these restrictions are there, then definitely today we are focusing only and only on health. So rest is we are putting it aside. Uh, any other question,
Doctor,
please?
there is another query which is in very general form. That
Yes,
is in
sir.
the present times when we are in a state of tension with China, which
Yes.
sectors will face more problems with the trade blockage with China? That's a
Yes,
very
sir.
general question.
It is Gupta sir. It is not only one sector. whether it is apparel industry, whether it is a textile industry, whether it is IT industry, whether it is pharmaceutical industry. So maximum trade relations we are enjoying till date with China. So maximum production, maximum goods and services which you are and we people are having in our country, I think so it is from China. So if we are not having good relation with China, then we are not even in that position where we may be able to produce import substitutes. So for that purpose, there is a dire need of technology, and again, for the technology we have to rely upon China. If again we are manufacturing these medicines, again for that purpose you have to import machinery from China, because China is giving little bit at a less cost to other countries. If you are this importing the same machinery from South Korea, North Korea, Japan, then the cost may be more. Again, different items which we are using for our daily consumption in our homes, again maximum part we are getting it from China. So not even a single sector. If the auto parts are there, again we are importing it from China. So maximum part of the trade we are having it with China. In some cases 90% solar panel, in some cases we are having 80%, in some cases we are having 30%. No doubt in IT sectors we may have advantages, we may grow in these sectors. In certain part of the pharmaceutical company, yes we can manufacture, but not all. Still we are lying on the China. So it is not one sector which is, I think so you may say it that okay we have a comparative advantages, though exception may be there, except a few, rest are upon our list. As we know, many persons lose their jobs, so which are the emerging sectors in which they can join? Yes, obviously, this is the IT industry and healthcare activities. In nowadays, if they may join, then definitely they may reap a lot of profits. Even you people are very aware. Uh, every day there is a new app for this organizing webinars. So people are confused whether they should go for Zoom, Cisco WebEx, Go to Meet, or Google Class, or Google Meet. So again, a lot of confusion is there, because each some people are giving free services, some are charging, and definitely some options are there, some are not. So this is the sector where you can get a lot of profit. Yes. Any other question, please? In the present time, we are state tension which are okay. It is done. Please elaborate. वही हो गया.
सेम हो गए सर, हो गए.
हाँ जी. आप पूछो जी, आप गुप्ता साहब शेयर करें
No,
आप.
I don't have any question. The
नहीं,
question
नहीं,
which I put was again already put by some participant, Mr. Madhav Goyal.
अरे सर
I just
पार्टिसिपेंट्स
put
होंगे,
that, forward
पूछेंगे
that
तो भी
question
मजा
because
आएगा.
that question was very general in nature, and the
हाँ
general
जी सर.
perception of a layman is that we can survive without China by doing nothing. That's why I repeated the question from that participant to you and to them. That
Okay,
general
okay,
people
okay.
see that the China is a big culprit and we can survive, or we can do much better without having anything with the China. So that's why I repeated the question put by the participant. I am not, it's not a question from my side, but it was a question from the participant, and I expect that this question must be there, because
Definitely.
everyone these days read the newspapers and they think that whatever the newspaper provide the news, or that we get very emotional. In that way, we can teach a lesson to the China, and that way we can stop import export with the China, and that's all. That's why I put that question, and in fact, I was representing one of the participants, Mr. Madhav Goyal. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Definitely, we must be emotional for a country. Definitely, we must break the ties. But first of all, we must have the uh, very strong economic base. Only then we can have all these type of the things. Even we people do not know how many products we are using in our homes, whether these are from China or these are made in India. Even some people do not know from where it was manufactured. So that's why we are not having a little bit knowledge. Even uh, the वो कौन सी मूर्ति है अपनी जो तीन सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल
Yeah.
3000 करोड़ रुपए की जो बनी है,
Statue
वो भी
of
चाइना
Unity.
वाले बना है। हाँ, वो भी चाइना
Statue
वाली
of
बना के
Unity.
गए हैं,
Yeah.
चाइना वाली बना के गए हैं सर। ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। हम अगर उसका ऐसा बेस हम बना ले, कोई इंपोर्ट सब्स्टिट्यूट हम बना ले, कुछ ऐसी जिसको कहेंगे कि हम मशीनरी है वो हम बना ले जो चाइना के बेस्ड ना हो। फार्मास्यूटिकल है वो 80% मेडिसिन हम चाइना से लेते हैं, वो हम प्रोड्यूस करना, सिप्ला है और बहुत सारी हैं, तो प्रोड्यूस करना शुरू करें। फिर हम कहेंगे कि जी अब हम इमोशनली चाइना का बाइकआउट कर सकते हैं। अरे बाइकआउट तब करें सर जब आपका बेस अच्छा हो। हमारा, मैं ये नहीं कहता हम नहीं कर सकते, कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसमें गवर्नमेंट को आगे आना पड़ेगा। अब गवर्नमेंट कहाँ पैसा खर्च कर सकती है, क्या पॉलिटिकल क्राइसिस हैं, क्या इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस हैं, कितनी लेबर माइग्रेट हो रही है, किसी को खाने को नहीं मिल रहा, क्वारंटीन का क्या हाल है सभी का ना, कितनी हम न्यूज़ देखते हैं। अरे एक कोई पॉलिसीज है, हेल्थ केयर पॉलिसी आईटी के साथ है, और उसके बाद हमारे पास है जो बेसिक नेसेसिटीज हैं, इसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट पहले काम करे, खास तौर पर हेल्थ केयर। अब एक पेशेंट जिसको कोरोना वायरस पॉजिटिव हो जाता है, आम पेशेंट है, वो हॉस्पिटल जाने से घबराता है। उसको ये पता है कि कम से कम 5-6-7 लाख रुपए उसका लग जाएगा, उस चीज के ऊपर लग जाएगा जिसकी कोई मेडिसिन नहीं है। देखिए कमाल की बात है, ठीक है। और उसको ये भी पता है कि क्योर होने के चांसेस बड़े अनसर्टन से हैं, और गरीब तो क्योर होता नहीं, सिर्फ अमीर ही क्योर होते हैं। गवर्नमेंट है, जैसे नेशनल हेल्थ सर्विसेज हैं यूके की हैं, वो सारी की सारी सर्विसेज अपनी पब्लिक को खुद देते हैं। हमारी पब्लिक बेचारी सारी उम्र पैसा सेव करती है दो चीज़ के लिए, एक हेल्थ के लिए, एक बच्चों की मैरिज के लिए, घर के लिए, बस। और वो उनके पास एजुकेशन फ्री है, हेल्थ फ्री है, टैक्स हम भी देते हैं 30%, टैक्स वो भी देते हैं 40%। मैं कहता हूँ 40% टैक्स ले गवर्नमेंट, 50% ले, 60% ले, तो सर्विस तो दे।
टैक्स
तो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम।
टैक्स
हाँ
देने वाले
जी,
बहुत
ये तो हाँ, अब आप सिचुएशन देखो इन केस ऑफ दिस क्रूड ऑयल का क्या है, इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में पर बैरल जो है प्राइस है वो कम हो रही है, और हम बढ़ा रहे हैं 10 पैसा, 5 पैसा, 1 रुपी, क्या है ये? हमारे नेबरिंग कंट्री हैं वो हमारे से लेकर काम बेच रहे हैं। सो दिस इज अ जोक। I think so. Government should come up with all these type of the policies, and these policies must be transparent. If each and everything is transparent, if there is an inclusive growth, only then we can address the problems. Otherwise, it is too difficult. No doubt we have to face and suffer all these type of the problems. Yes, Renu madam, आपका कोई question?
बस जी, थैंक यू सर, बहुत अच्छा लगा। बीइंग इकोनॉमिक स्टूडेंट हमें पता ही है जितना हम ज्यादा खर्च करेंगे, डिमांड उतनी जनरेट होगी तो ही प्रोडक्शन होगी, मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट पड़ेगा, एक्सीलरेटरी इफेक्ट पड़ेगा, है ना, कंज्यूमर डिमांड बढ़ेगी। तो हम लोगों की मेंटेलिटी होती है, हम लोग सेविंग में चले जाते हैं, है ना। पर बीइंग जैसे इकोनॉमिक स्टूडेंट की मैं तो यही कहूंगी, जो है उसको खर्च करना चाहिए ताकि इकोनॉमी एक बार उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ जाए, है ना। जैसे केन्स ने
बिल्कुल,
कि डिमांड बढ़ेगी तो ही प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगी, तो ही एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ेगी, है ना।
आज जितनी देर तक हम डिमांड नहीं जनरेट करेंगे तो ये इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा, बस ये तो पक्की बात है। डिमांड जनरेट होगी तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट होगी,
मतलब हम लोग सेविंग के चक्कर में ना पड़ेंगे।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, इन्वेस्टमेंट होगी, इन्वेस्टमेंट होगी, सेविंग होगी।
हाँ, इन्वेस्टमेंट खर्चा हो चाहे वो कंजम्पशन पे खर्चा हो,
बिल्कुल
एक्सपेंडिचर होना चाहिए।
डेफिनेटली।
थैंक यू
तो
सर।
अब गवर्नमेंट देखो, तो वेलकम प्लीज, यू आर ऑल वेलकम। एनी अदर क्वेरी प्लीज?
सब खुश हैं
बच्चे? आई थिंक सो। थैंक यू वेरी मच। यस मैम, प्लीज श्योर।
Sir, the loss which we are just saying that in this 5 or 6 months, India is bearing the loss in the industrial sectors, or the common people are sharing, or common people are bearing this loss. if this pandemic will end by, just for an example, if it will end by for we are saying that in August it will end. So what is the probability or what is the time that it will take to recover that loss?
Ma'am, if you are
What
talking
time
about the
to exact?
time to, I'm getting your point. If you are saying that when we will come back on the previous track, so
Yes, of course.
it depends upon the total time period in which this coronavirus will stay in our country. And definitely different reports which are published by the different agencies of UK, that's Harvard University. So we are going to face a very tough time in the coming years. That is, it is estimated that in one day, the approximate figure which they have gave to us, that is 2.2 lakh people per day. And this is very alarming
Right.
situation. If we are having that type of the problem in the future to come, then it will take near about 50% of the next coming year, that is up to June. Then the second part, when we will start to revive. So if the figure of this unemployment was initially 14 crore people, and now it is back to near about the backlog, only 6 crore people are there, they are still unemployed. So as soon as we are getting more employment opportunities, they will start to receive income. When they will receive income, they will start to spend. If they will start to spend, then it means they are generating more demand, right? So this is only a demand which may boost the economy. So let's hope that more and more employment opportunities must be there, and we are having this fear in our minds that we are not going out of our homes, we are not going in malls, we are not going in restaurants, we are not going in other public areas, because there is a fear in our minds that we may not be in the grip of this coronavirus. So if we will not go, then definitely we will not generate demand. This is the basic problem which we are going to face. As per your question, so it will take near about 1 year to come back, or the situation when
Okay.
it will get normal.
Right, sir, right.
Uh,
Thank you, sir.
you are welcome, ma'am. Please.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸਲੀਮ ਸਰ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਸੀ
ਵੈਲਕਮ
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ
ਵੈਲਕਮ।
ਕੁਐਸਚਨ, ਬਹੁਤ ਖੂਬਸੂਰਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਿੱਤੇ। ਬਹੁਤ
ਅਰੇ
ਅਸੀਂ
ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਐਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਿੰਪਲ ਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਊਜ਼ ਮੈਮ। ਬਾਕੀ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋ, ਬੜੇ ਬੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਸਟ ਇਹ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਊਜ਼ ਸਿਰਫ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸੀਪਲ ਮੈਮ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਡਾਕਟਰ ਰਾਮਾ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੀ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਕਰਨ। ਮੈਮ ਰਾਮਾ ਸ਼ਰਮਾ ਜੀ, हेलो, शायद मैम, हेलो मैम,
हाँ कोई बात नहीं मैम।
हाँ नहीं ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਮੈਡਮ, ਉਹ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਕੋਈ ਆਫਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜਕੱਲ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਫੀਸ ਲਈ ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚਾ ਫਾਰਮ ਲੈ। ਹਾਂਜੀ
मैम,
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਮ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ?
थैंक यू सो मच मैडम रेनू। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਲੀਮ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਅਦਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਸਰ, ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਚੁਣਿਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਸਦਾ ਕਿ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਲਿੰਕ ਹੈ। ਲਿੰਕ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਸੈਂਸ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਟੈਕਸ ਪੇਅਰ ਆ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਕਰਦਾਤਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਇਕਨੋਮਿਕ ਜੋ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਲਾਸ ਉਹਦਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਕਿਸ ਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਖੜਾ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਟੈਕਸ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੀ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਬੀਇੰਗ ਅ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਔਰ ਇਨਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟੈਕਸ ਪੇਅਰ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। So ਇਸ point of view ਨਾਲ this webinar was really very informative and moreover ਜੋ queries sir ਉਹ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਸਬੂਤ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਔਰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਡਿਲੀਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ। ਔਰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਕੰਟੈਂਟ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕੁਐਰੀਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਨੇ, ਆਫਟਰ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ, ਉਹ ਓਨੀਆਂ ਹੀ ਹੌਟ ਅਪ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। So in that point, according to that point of view, sir, I would again like to thank you for giving your valuable time, for sparing your valuable time to join us and to make us enlightened about this
Thank you, ma'am.
topic presently. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all participants, management, principal, and faculty member of economics department and all teachers. Thank you very much, please. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
ma'am.
nice day.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਮੈਮ, ਥੈਂਕਸ ਅ ਲੋਟ। ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਹੱਲਾਸ਼ੇਰੀ ਤੇ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਅਫਜ਼ਾਈ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਦਾ ਆਯੋਜਨ ਕਰ ਪਾਏ ਹਾਂ। ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੈਬੀਨਾਰ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ। ਸਲੀਮ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲਜ ਵੀ ਬੁਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਨਾਰਮਲ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਲਾਂਗੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਇਹ, ਬਹੁਤ ਮਤਲਬ
ਅਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਮੈਂ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ
ਲਾਈਫ ਤੋਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬਹੁਤ ਐਕਟਿਵ ਐਂਡ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਟਲੀ ਇਹ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਟਾਕਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੁਜ਼ਾਰਿਸ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਰਾਜੇਸ਼ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਾਲਜ ਅਤੇ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਆਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਵੋਟ ਆਫ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਦੇਣ।
Honorable Chairperson, resource person, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a proud privilege for me to propose a hearty vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee of this webinar. First of all, I am grateful to the worthy management of our college for their constant guidance and inspiration for providing value-based education in this educationally backward Malwa belt of Punjab. I would like to express my profound gratitude to the principal ma'am, Dr. Rama Sharma. Ma'am, we are really thankful to you for your inspiration in organizing this webinar series and for sparing your invaluable time for today's webinar. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. I would like to express my profound gratitude to the resource person of the day, Dr. Muhammad Salim. Sir, we are really enlightened by your powerful and thought-provoking lecture on the subject of the webinar. A big thank you, sir. I am grateful to the distinguished participants from various universities, colleges, research institutes, and schools who have participated from far and wide. Their participation in large made this webinar a great success. I am thankful to Professor Shahid Jafar and the media team of the college for the efforts they put and they have made for the coverage of the webinar. I would be failing in my duty if I don't convey my thanks to Professor Gaurav Singla, technicians Mr. Himmat Singh and Mr. Arvinder Singh for their cooperation to make this event happen. Last but not the least, I am grateful to Renu ma'am, the coordinator of this webinar, for conducting the deliberations of the webinar so meticulously. Thank you everyone. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Slim sir. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Please.